here. Shun Miyake, the Marist Albion team, about to get us underway, and here we go with a bang. 2023 Bascik Metro Championship Premiership Final. Certainly championship on the line, but it is Premiership rugby, and a very nice start here from Marist Albion, who look to work it forward. Smith tucks the ball to Miyake. Miyake taking in a really nice tackle, and High School Old Boys come absolutely flying over the top. But Marist Albion have done enough to win it back, and now High School Old Boys win it off Marist Albion. So that's changed hands in that ruck about 3 times, and now High School Old Boys working it out with Zach Patai, very good open side flanker. Gibson, Stanley, taken in a nice tackle there by Marist Albion's Caleb Grace. Tate Wiley, impressive young hooker, surging forward for High School Old Boys, and taken straight off the back of the ruck. Jared Percival, not the biggest man in the world, but a massive heart going forward. Slow ball here, but they managed to get it out. Now they go to the loose head prop. Running it strongly is George West. Freddie Gibson. Gibson now, Summerfield. Summerfield thinks about the pass, holds on to it, taken in a very nice tackle. Now they move it wide. Kirk, big outside ball, and here come High School Old Boys flying down that grandstand side of the ground in the far left corner from where I am up here commentating. Stanley now running it. Around 30 metres out here, High School Old Boys. Summerfield uses his big lock, the captain, Alex Grogan, who makes a surge forward. And penalty, High School Old Boys. Be interesting to see what they do. And just to let you know, I've got my co-commentator here. Great to be joined by Ricky Tahiri. Ricky, great start for High School Old Boys. They will be happy to have a shot at goal here. Some nice go forward from them. Yeah, they've worked themselves in a really good position here, Donny. Really, that forward battle up front. Their forwards, High School Old Boys forwards, have been great all year. Really strong, lots of muscle. But the Marist forwards, they're not going to take a step back today. I don't see it. No, I think you did right. They never do. They never do, Ricky, and we've seen that with this Marist Albion side over the last few years, of course, in their 4th consecutive final. Their forwards never do take a back step, and there'll be a brutal battle certainly going on. And like I said, Ricky, great to have you here today, joining me as my, of course, co-commentator and comments man. As we see now, High School Old Boys are lining up the first potential points of the game, or at least the first penalty kick at goal. And he absolutely banks it. Not a problem at all. A nice kick there, George Cole doing the kicking. He's a very classy player, former Lincoln University rugby player, and a very good start for High School Old Boys there, Ricky. Yeah, Cooley was NZ Unis last year, and he was also part of our Canterbury Bees program as well. So he's definitely one of those guys that just knows his talents and his abilities, and he's really comfortable. Yes, we'll see certainly more of him as this game goes on, just as we see High School Old Boys taking this down, and Gibson, who's an incredibly impressive halfback, sending that flying down to the young New Zealand under-21. Isaac Hutchinson, and look at him go, going off like a frog in a sock, flying forward for the Marist Albion team, and they are very dangerous when they range. Braden Brown, though, just tidying things up and centering the ball more. Here's Miyake. Miyake throws it wide. Here's Rico Simon. He's got absolute gas to burn. Beats the first and looks to find his man. Unable to find Cam Rawlings on this occasion, though. But Marist Albion still have the ball beyond the 22-metre line. Very impressive running. And knock on, Marist Albion will get the ball here. The loose head and feet, Ricky. That just shows how dangerous they are. That combination, that 19 combination between Stevie Phillips and Shun Miyake is outstanding. They just know each other. They don't need to talk too much. Shun can just see what Steve's going to do, and then all they need to try and do today is probably get the ball into the hands of Rico Symes. Just seeing what he's doing down there in that 15-metre channel is just unreal. Yeah, and we'll see more of him. We will see more of him working that channel as well. Absolutely no doubt. And a good opportunity here for Marist Albion. This is going to be a really interesting battle here at scrum time between these two forward packs, because they're not going to want to take, the front rows are going to measure themselves out, right? So they're not going to take, nobody wants to take the first step back. No, absolutely. They'll both want to assert themselves early in this game. And There'll be more than one scrum, that's for sure, Ricky. So they will want to get that slight edge straight away mentally.
It also looks like that they've got Elliot Smith lined up at first receiver. So I'm wondering if they're going to look to be playing out the back to try and get early touches, Rico, so he can get one-on-one.
And here we go. They go straight to Smith now. Smith finds his outside centre, Jake Keenan, who's taken in a nice tackle. Around 15 metres out here. They go to the far side to Shun Miyake there, the grandstand side of the ground for Marist Albion. Phillips now with the ball. Gives it to Finney. Of course, milestone game for him today. The big tight head prop. Now Phillips sending it to Farnan. Big Gus Farnan. Elliot Smith, the captain. Cuts back and beats two. Very strong run from Elliot Smith gaining a few metres here. And some nice back play here. Miyake, a little bit of a sloppy ball though. And Old Boys looked like they picked it up, but they dropped it. So here's a chance for Marist Albion to continue on. Isaac Hutchinson hearing down that far right-hand side of the field. And it is a knock on, and we get a chance to catch a breath, Ricky.
Yeah, you can just see
players certainly do anyway.
And you can see that Marist has got a real intent to try and play with speed and width today. Like we look at the earlier scrum before, Hutchie, as soon as he got that ball, he was off like lightning, and then you back that up with Rico coming down the side. They're real deliberate and intentional to make sure that that's how they want to play.
Yeah, no, you did right, Ricky. And we can see what Marist Albion are going to do already, can't we? The way they are using Elliot Smith a lot in the midfield.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they...
And their wide channels, of course.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they go to Keenan again. But
Strong
it looks like they're going to
here from Old Boys, but Marist Albion do enough to hold it. And Phillips now uses Filippo via Matahu. Here's Phillips again. Phillips has a dart, goes straight. Dangerous player, plenty of finals experience this man has. And just shifting one out here, getting towards the 22-metre line, Marist Albion. Here's Miyake. Smith. Smith again, a strong carry, but High School Old Boys are defending well here. Just as we say that, though, they have been tackling incredibly well, but penalty and a chance here to put this one out or have a shot, Ricky. What have we got?
Yeah, if I was Marist, I'd be going for the line because they seem to be having High School Old Boys on the back foot. They're playing with such speed, and I think that's what's catching them out. They're getting around the corner, they get into those wide edges. Old Boys just can't catch up, and they seem to be retreating a lot, so they can't get off the line to try or get their defensive line set to get off the line.
Here we go, hooker Luke Gill, and goes to the back, a very nicely taken ball, and it goes down. Unfortunately for Marist Albion, Miyake looking to tidy things up. They did win the line out though, just couldn't quite get the drive going the way they would have quite hoped. But the ball was still well and truly alive, using the tight forwards here. Some big, strong defence there. Once again, Grogan and Cameron doing plenty of work on the defensive side. And referee has called, looks like obstruction here, Ricky. And it will be High School Old Boys ball.
Yeah, I just think the slow ball, High School Boys did really well to make that ball real messy for them. And so they're trying to obviously ruin Marist's party here with that quick, lightning quick ball.
They're forward there, yeah. They are getting, yeah, and they need to slow it down. That will suit Old Boys as much as they can to try and stop the quick pace of this Marist Albion, young Marist Albion side that we've seen so far, Ricky.
Yeah.
Especially inside, they're trapped inside their own half. And another big tight scrum battle. Gibson has it. Percival onto the boot. Honks it downfield. Big kick from Jared Percival just beyond the halfway line. And somewhat of a reprieve here for High School Old Boys, who have been a little bit under the cosh for the last few minutes here, Ricky.
Yeah, and that's a great exit, really smart. He's got a really educated boot, JP.
In the line out, they go straight away, and that's a big steal for the captain. And the lock, of course, he's played some Heartland Cup rugby for Buller. A very good player, Alex Grogan, who's been with the High School Old Boys team for quite some time, and that is a massive steal for them. And they use the midfield straight away. Kirk and Villa linking there, the short ball from Kirk to Villa. And the referee just blowing this up, and it will be a scrum to High School Old Boys. Big line out steal there, Ricky.
Yeah, that was huge, I thought. Grogs is a smart operator. He was in our Canterbury B setup last year, and he was Crusaders development this year. And just, he's really smart. He's obviously been around the tracks for a wee while, and he can just read lineouts really well. He knows when to get up. He knows where the space is, especially on the defence. And he's a big body.
He's not the smallest man alive, that's for sure. And they're going to need these big forwards today. High School Old Boys with their go-forward rugby. An absolute picture out there currently, Rugby Park. Stage is set. Thousands have flocked. A very good afternoon, of course, to all of you who are joining us today on our stream. Great to have you on, and I appreciate you bearing with us today, bringing you this one as we see a huge High School Old Boys scrum in the 2023 Metro Final. And here we go, Percival hearing away here. Now here's Via, big push off, gives it to the right wing who goes flying towards the try line, and a huge tackle from Shun Miyake, stopping Josh McMurray just inches away. A big play there. High School Old Boys looked like they were gone for all money.
There was a huge play. There was Kirk, right, just picking out the right person to pass it to. Really flat three on defence from Marist.
Just as we see the line out, Marist Albion win that. That is some critical, well, goal line defence. Shun Miyake had no right to get that and stop that try and put McMurray out. But now High School Old Boys have another opportunity here with a scrum.
Yeah, this is going to be real interesting to see if they go for the same scrum setup as what they just did earlier, because they looked like they had Marist going backwards there, so whether or not they try and keep it in for a little bit longer.
They did. They had him on the back peel before, Ricky, so we'll see the scrum set up again now, but beautiful play, as you alluded to before, from Harrison Kirk. They look like a dangerous side, this High School Old Boys team, and tell you what, it's no great surprise. We've seen them. They've come from nowhere. They were sitting in 8th, and they've just gone win constantly over the past few weeks.
Yeah, and this is their danger zone. This is when their forwards start going to work and they start getting speed around that corner.
Or as I should say, back to back and back to back. And here we go. Here's Gibson, and Gibson's over. Try time, first try off the Metro Premiership final. A very nicely worked try off the scrum, peeling to the right-hand embankment side of the ground. Freddie Gibson over for High School Old Boys. Big play in the game here, Ricky, here in the first half.
Yeah, that was huge. And I think that try, although Freddie scored it, that's off the back of their scrum, how dominant their scrum was. They managed to keep the pressure on. And it'll be interesting to see Cooley stepping up to this one as well.
So a nice start for High School Old Boys, leading here 8-0. Of course, we've had a penalty so far. So 8-0 here, High School Old Boys leading Marist Albion in this one. So just lining up this kick once again, George Cole. And doesn't quite, no dice on this occasion, so it continues. High School Old Boys here, leading this one over Marist Albion, two incredibly proud traditional clubs. Of course, scores here 8-0.
Yeah, and I don't think Marist need to worry about this at the moment. There's no pressure on them yet. There's still a lot of time to go, so what they probably need to try and do is find their way back into the game.
Yeah, plenty of time. They're a very good comeback side, and so long still to go here in the game as a whole. But it is a nice start from High School Old Boys, who are under some pressure, but find themselves leading here 8-0 over Marist Albion.
Yeah, they do.
So Luke Gill, the hooker here, about to throw the ball in. Phillips, Smith. Smith looks to tow it, and he gets it back. He wins it back and wins 10 metres. It's worked out for him, but no, it hasn't quite. Referee's called a knock-on. Nice opportunity here from a set platform scrum.
Yeah, and this is just High School Old Boys just really doing everything they can to just disrupt Marist Albion's ball, right? Like they want them to be, they're making it as hard as possible. They're not going to give them, we saw what happened earlier on with Rico Symes when he came through, when Hutchie got the ball, when they got clean ball, they're on the, high school old boys are on their heels.
Yeah, they need to put a bit of pressure on, that's for sure, with the way the high school old boys scrum has been going so far. And Gibson sends it to Kirk. Kirk, what a beautiful crisp pass out to Josh McMurray. McMurray's looked dangerous. He beats one. Rico Syme holds on, and in fact, the first tackler, Keenan, sort of hangs in there, and they take him down. Now they go to Patai, centering the ball here. Angus Cameron. 20 metres out, high school old boys. Now the tight head prop has a charge, Riley Brewis. Of course, the Brewis name, pretty well known in club rugby. His brother also playing for high school old boys.
Again, that's Harry Kirk just picking out the right, like his pass selection here. Same setup as before. Marist gave them the same three. They tried to jam and fix up on that little inside hole that they got last time. And then Harry just throws a little bridge ball, a little bit wider, a little bit over more. And they skin them just down that side.
And it's not the first time they've done it today, Ricky.
No.
So Stephen Phillips putting this in 20 metres out here for Marist Albion. And they win their scrum, and Miyake straight boot to ball, looking to get it out. Looks a good player, Josh McMurray, this winger who's just taken the ball there. Of course, high school boys will have the line out. They look dangerous. Harrison Kirk, obviously, with those beautiful wide passes, but some dangerous backs, Ricky.
Yeah, what I've been liking from both backs is, both outside, all the wingers, is that they've just been holding their width really well all day.
Coming back to the play now, Wiley. That one spilt, didn't quite go the way they hoped, but the ever-impressive Freddie Gibson was able to get that back, but now it's a turnover in Marist Albion. You've got numbers here. Here comes Smith. Now they go to Rico Syme. We know what he can do. Syme looking to go on the outside. What a beautiful run. This guy is a dangerous player, faster than the speed of light, Ricky. That's a great dash up there. They are going to have to mark him well today.
They're incredible, and this is off front football for Marist Albion. If they get front football, all their boys are in motion, all their men are running at lightning speed. They're hard to catch up.
As we see Marist Albion win the line out, big play for them. Here's Elliot Smith. Smith goes to Keenan. Keenan running straight, running hard. He's taken in a big tackle from high school boys. So still got the ball here. Miyake heading towards the try line here. Phillips. Taylor. Joe Taylor inches away, Marist Albion. Phillips. Smith. Taking in a nice tackle, just inches away. Phillips. Big crunching tackle made by Harrison Kirk there. Vermatahu looked in for all money. Here's Broham. Marist Albion still with the ball here. Phillips plucks the short side. Toma. Nice tackle made on him. Marist Albion still with the ball here. Looking to crunch it over the tight forwards. Phillips waiting for it. Smith. Smith over the straight, almost under the sticks, just slightly out to the left side. Elliot Smith, captain courageous. He knows what he's doing. Big game player. Massive try for Marist Albion, Ricky.
This is where Elliot Smith really makes a lot of his money, although there's no money in community rugby. But this is where he makes his money. This is where he comes to shine, is in that 5 metres out. And he's just one of those second 5'8" you just can't tackle him. He strokes, he's strong, he's got a powerful leg drive. And you see it week after week, he gets a try like that.
Yeah, classy, he does. He's got a lot of tries this season already. They're putting pressure on high school old boys. They came down, had to be the next to score. Do score. Scores here 8-5. Kick to come from in front here from Miyake. And absolutely, Banks, it scores now 8-7. It is a game on. We've seen two terrific tries so far in the first half of this, of course, Bascik Transport Metro Premiership final. Ricky, we're certainly getting our entertainment and value here so far.
Mate, it's great, and this has become a real good battle between forward packs at the moment, which I'm loving to see.
Yeah, no, she's a real fight. Very evenly matched from what I'm seeing currently with the forward packs as well, just as we see High School Old Boys kicking off. Farnham not quite able to hold on to that, but it's gone backwards, and Hamish Finney is able to tidy up. So job done there. Marist Albion winning the kick-off, and here we go, the impressive Moeaki Toma, who's been in plenty of finals himself. And Miyake just puts that safely into the touchline. And just to let a lot of you know, of course, the Super Sunday final, these two teams faced off 20 years ago when Marist Albion took it out. Star-studded lineup back in 2003 with Marist Albion coach Ben Blair, in fact, playing in that game. So nice little piece of knowledge for you there, just as we see Wiley look to throw it to the back of the line. It has not gone well, and Joe Taylor makes a strong run, hearing away the open side flanker. Straight and hard. Now we go to Smith. Keenan. Here's Syme. Syme once again making a bit of a half break. And a penalty, Marist Albion. Tide just slowly turning a little bit here in the last couple of minutes, Ricky.
Yeah, and I think what's really beautiful about that little piece of play is just the way that Rico can just hold a defender and then he just puts on the afterburners and he gets through that contact. That's really helpful for the forwards to get a nice clean on, or Steve Phillips to get his pass going, because we've got clean ball at the back of that ruck.
And we've seen Phillips with his hand on the ball plenty here already for Marist Albion, as they have a line out around 20 metres out from their try line. Great attacking platform and opportunity here. Nicely taken down from Via Matahu. Now they go wide. And that's a big, strong run in the midfield. Now they look to shift it. Finney running onto the ball with a head of steam. Gives it to Farnham. Marist Albion around 10 metres out here in this final. Scores 8-7. High School Old Boys leading this one at Rugby Park on Super Sunday. Here goes Syme. Rito Syme very close to the try line here. Not quite there. Here's Stephen Phillips, the halfback. Toma the number 8. His forwards get in and around him. Some nice defensive work here from High School Old Boys so far, but it is a penalty, in fact, to Marist Albion right on the try line, Ricky.
Yeah, Marist Albion's forwards have just been doing some really brutal cleans here. They're getting there really quickly. They're making sure that the ball's on the deck for Stephen to come in and get rid of it so that they can go again. And Old Boys are just looking like they're struggling to kind of catch up with that speed of play at the moment.
Yeah, they are. They are so frantic. Just once again, we see the line out going straight down. So no drive here, but Phillips screaming at the back. Looking at the referee, George Haswell. And Haswell's got his arm up, and it is a penalty to High School Old Boys. Some great defensive work from High School Old Boys there. Ricky defended incredibly stoutly for the last minute or so.
Yeah, Marist looked to bring it down and get a driving maul going, and that's probably a little bit of what Ross Kennedy's probably brought to Marist from last year, is the line-out probably wasn't their power point.
Miyake banks that one, so Marist Albion convert that. Scores here 14 points to 8 in what is a humdinger. Here Marist Albion hitting back in real style, trailing 8-0. Scores now Marist Albion 14, High School Old Boys 8. So here we go, Marist Albion now with the ball. Phillips working hard via Mataho, Miyake, Keenan straightening on the 22-metre line for Marist Albion. So working hard here. Of course, we saw a very good try before to Isaac Hutchinson. Hopefully you could see those images before. And it was great to see him fly over for Marist Albion. And, yeah, just a really nice, juicy piece of play as we see the drop go attempt from High School Old Boys. But just some nice rugby from Marist Albion that we've just seen, Ricky, for a few minutes now.
Yeah, I think they've managed to get over that little hump, that little tussle that they had with High School Old Boys in that forward pack. And now they're starting to assert their dominance. That speed of ball is just really coming through into their play here.
So you can, of course, hear us now. Miyake honking this one downfield. 14 playing 8 here at Super Sunday at Rugby Park. And, that bounce has worked very nicely for High School Old Boys.
Yeah, that's Harry Kirk that managed to gather that. He's been going really
He's
well.
Playing well today, Kirk, the second 5, as we see High School Old Boys now getting a little bit of possession. Angus Cameron. Gibson gives it to the prop, Brewers. Gibson again. Grogan. Stanley. Of course, Tom Stanley's been in a few winning High School Old Boys teams in his time. Here's Summerfield. Bit of a jimmy from him. Now they search wide. Here's Percival. Percival taking a nice tackle there by Luke Gill, the hooker. And it's been turned over. Some strong defending from Marist Albion, and they have the ball now. Miyake puts a big old up and under her. And back they go as Gibson. This guy's literally been everywhere today. And High School Old Boys continue to move the ball forward using their forwards. Now they go wide. Villa, Sione Villa. Gibson. Now the tight head prop again, Riley Brewers. And penalty, big play here for Marist Albion getting the ball back. They were suddenly under a little bit of pressure from High School Old Boys who were holding on to possession there, Ricky.
Yeah, that was Hamish Finney that managed to, or that looked like it was Hamish Finney that ended up causing that little turnover penalty for them. This will be really interesting. This is going to put Marist Albion into good field position. If they can secure this line out, get quick off the top ball into the hands of Stephen Phillips, that's just really going to unleash their backs, and it'll be interesting to see what Harry Kirk's going to do on defence here. He seems to be the one that's controlling the defensive line with this High School Old Boys back line. He has been, and he's showing some real leadership out there, Harrison Kirk, for High School Old Boys. And it's just a couple of lineouts just haven't gone the way of the team throwing the ball in. But Marist Albion have got the ball here and looking to counter. Nice run here. Isaac Hutchinson. Chris Sun, as we see Marist Albion throwing it around. Toma. Here's Phillips. Here's Smith. Smith looking to straighten. High School Old Boys hold on to him. Toma again. Toma starting to get his hands on the ball, doing what he loves best, running the footy. Miyake spinning it wide. Oh, lovely piece of play here. Keenan goes out wide. Hutchinson. Hutchinson beats one. Taken in the second tackle on the grandstand side, off the ground here at Rugby Park. Finney. Miyake. Smith. Smith slicing through here for Marist Albion. Tuck ball to Phillips.
inches away from the try line here, Marist Albion. Huge play from them, breaking upfield. Finney crashing over, try! Marist Albion over here at Rugby Park. Big play, Ricky. Crashing over Hamish Finney.
Yeah, and it was off the back of Hamish Finney's turnover right down here in Marist Albion's half. He gets that turnover, Shun kicks to the edge. And then it's just the speed of play. They're doing really good. You saw Shun Miyake earlier. He was telling the boys that they need to find an edge so that they can start playing to get width, try and get those one-on-one matchups. And Marist are just, their forwards are really starting to aim up now at that breakdown area.
Toma's really coming into the game, isn't he? The number 8, leading by example, and just the way they are cutting through that High School Old Boys defence at the moment will be a slight concern. 19 straight points, could be 21 here for Marist Albion in the first half.
Yeah, I wouldn't call High School Old Boys out of it just yet, because I know that Joff, just looking down at the coaches, Joff Moore and Sione Lear, they look pretty calm. They don't look nervous. They don't look panicked in any way, shape or form. So I'm sure their coaches are just going to be running down some notes to give those messages in as half-time's not too far away.
Yeah, they will. They won't be panicking yet. So scores now. We have, of course, Marist Albion, who have torn away with a pretty strong lead here now, Ricky. 21-8. And High School Old Boys now with the kick-off. And you're right, Joff Moore and Sione Lear, two very good coaches. And I'm sure they'll have plenty to say at half-time, and they'll know what this team needs to do. And on the other side, Ben Blair and Robertson and Ross Kennedy, who are great coaches. Championships are plenty between them. Blair, of course, coached Lincoln University and Marist Albion, and won with both. And Robertson's won with Marist Albion, and Ross Kennedy, of course, has played many a year for Marist Albion, a very good coach at Cross College, just as we see the ball coming down now. High School Old Boys making a great run. Tom Stanley, that's huge metres, and that's what his team needs. A bit of go forward, because they are not out of this one yet by any stretch of the imagination. We've seen how dangerous their attack can be when they actually get a bit of ball. That was Cameron before. Wiley. Yep. Brewis. Summerfield. He's met a nice tackle from Smith. Once again, this tidy prop loves running the football. Riley Brewis. Here's Grogan again. Around 30 metres out here. High School Old Boys with the ball in hand. Summerfield. Nice short ball to Cameron. Unfortunately for High School Old Boys, Cameron is unable to hold on to it. Just as we see the referee, of course, George Haspel, pulling the knock on, and we won't forget the work the ARs are doing. Of course, Willie Todd and Dan Moore, who will certainly have their work cut out today. Some pretty vocal supporters from both clubs around. But, yeah, Ricky, they'll be disappointed not to be able to hold on to it there after a great surging run from Tom Stanley.
Yeah, they're starting to make some really good inroads. It's become a battle of the gain line here, and whoever's getting off the line and get the fastest seems to be winning those collisions. And so it'd be really good just to see some really hard carries by the likes of your Grogans, your Riley Bruces, your Stanleys. 2 or 3 of those.
Grogan's had a couple of good ones as well, yeah. Hasn't he just gone?
2 or 3 of those, nice cleans, and then Freddie's going to be able to bring his running game into it. He'll be able to speed the ruck up.
Of course, to highlight a few of the players, of course, just a little bit on Old Boys, Jared Percival, of course, New Zealand Heartland player. He's played some NZ AFL and also done a bit of coast to coast. So they've got plenty of fit footy players around today. Just naming one there, but yeah, obviously sad as well to Mark Angus Grant's old man who passed away, of course, of St Bede's and Marist Albion family. So a touching moment of silence we saw earlier for Peter Grant, and plenty on the line in this one, this premiership final we look forward to every year. And here we go, Marist Albion burning away as Rico Simon's unable to hold his feet there, but still gains valuable metres. And halfback Phillips is caught there, some big defence coming through for High School Old Boys, and it will be Marist Albion ball still here, Ricky.
Yeah, I think Harry's a little bit lucky that Rico lost his footing there, because I think he just had him just on the outside. Rico did really well, just kind of get him to plant his 2 feet so he couldn't come off the line. He was trying to get set, and then Rico, we know how dynamic and how explosive he can be, and he was obviously a little bit too fast for the footing underneath him.
Yeah, that's basically the way to sum it up. He is lightning fast, and yeah, just couldn't quite hold his footing on that occasion. But every time they go to those wide channels, they've looked dangerous. High School Old Boys looking really solid through the middle, but also have shown they're dangerous on the outsides. With Harry Kirk and McMurray.
Marist Albion look like they could be potentially on here if they play out back.
And here we go, as we can see now. Miyake decides to put boot to ball. It's a tough one to take in the sunshine, and he takes it brilliantly. Well, he has played AFL, like I said, and plays it, Jared Percival.
He was safe as houses underneath that ball. Just didn't even look at anything else, just eyes on the ball, up in the air, climbed through it, down and found his feet really quick.
And here's Summerfield with the ball now. High School Old Boys now having a crack. A dangerous side. We've seen that, and here he is, courageous captain, Alex Grogan, who's really impressed me so far. Him and Brewis with some very nice carries, and that is a big hit on the first fight, but the referee has a penalty. Just as we see Summerfield get up, he'll feel that one, Ricky.
Yeah, that was Joe Taylor just screaming out of the line there, and you see that almost every game from Joe. He's just really good at just getting up the line. He makes his mark, and he doesn't. Those shoulders don't miss, not often.
No, he's solid, and he's been in the side for a few years now. A lot of finals experience, especially Taylor, Toma, Viamatahu. They've been in several finals, these guys. Of course, Josh Pitt's been in a few. He makes his way in on the tractor. He's very experienced in number 18, and comes in from miles out of town, out of Christchurch for trainings every week. He's been in the final, and there's been a few more boys like Grogan who have played in the 2019 winning High School Old Boys side. Jared Percival, another one, just as we see Cole lining this penalty up.
I like this option from High School Old Boys. It gives them a little bit.
And strikes it, banks it. It's a big kick, very impressive from Cole there.
Yeah, it was a great option from High School Old Boys. They need to get some points. They need that scoreboard pressure to be relieved. They're now 11-21. They're 10 points behind. That's two tries to get back into it.
Yeah, suddenly going to 11 points now, and it was a good option for them. They had to obviously kick that over. They had to put it between the horns if they were going to go for the option, which they did. Banked the points. Scores now 21-11, half time. Not far away, of course, in this Bascik Transport Metro Premiership Finals Super Sunday down here at Rugby Park. We're just talking about the coaches, of course, and the hard work they've done this year, and some of the finals experience both themselves and the players have had, as we see Marist Albion taking down this line out once again, looking to use their loose forwards to carry the ball, Ricky.
Yeah, and they're starting to play. Look at this width that they're playing here.
There we go. Rico Sign now running straight, running hard. He finds Rawlings. Rawlings looks to keep the ball in play, which he does nicely, and a very good chase and some real pressure on here. Jared Percival. High School Old Boys have won that kick though. They do have the ball ruling. Some very nice chasing. That's how you should chase every ball. Hope all you kids watching. And great to see so many supporters, of course. A lot of friends and family and teams pretty vocal down here. Got High School Old Boys on my left-hand side on the embankment in their white overalls, and Marist Albion over here to the right-hand side of me. The mighty Blinders down here, so a big shout-out to the Blinders team who sadly couldn't go all the way in their semi-final yesterday, but great to see them out supporting, just to name a few of the fans. Right, Phillips moving it. Miyake plays halfback. Farnham. Here we go. Now they look to shift it to the dangerous Rico Sign. And looked like Marist Albion away, but just not quite being able to hold on to the ball on this occasion.
No, generally been, every time they've come down into the 22 of high school old boys, they've generally been quite clinical. That there just looked like they're trying to push the pass and trying to get back on top of them. And I felt like they could have had time, give themselves 2-3 phases to get set, and then they could go again and explode on high school old boys.
And we await the scrum 15 metres out. High school boys got a bit of work to do here, Ricky. Might look to put boot to ball here. But first of all, of course, they've got to win the scrum, which they do. And, yep, straight out. And that is half-time here. We've had entertainment and tries aplenty in this Bascik Metro Premiership final here of 2023 between two very strong sides. And Marist Albion go to the break here, just to let you know, with scores 21-11. What I will let you know about now is that high school old boys got a bit of work to do, Ricky, but we'll go to the break, and they are still well and truly in this game, but a very impressive half from Marist Albion.
Yeah, really impressive half from Marist Albion. Really loving the way that the speed, and they understand their DNA and the way that they like to play. They want to play with width, they want to play with speed. And then high school old boys, look, they're not going to shy away from this challenge. They're really going to aim up.
So we're going to sign off now just for the halftime break, and we will be back very shortly with you here in the Metro Premiership final here on Super Sunday at Rugby Park between a very impressive Marist Albion in the first half and a fighting high school old boys. So back on here. So if you're just joining us, very good afternoon down here from Rugby Park. Donnie Bell, myself, bringing you this one. Once again, very privileged to be here commentating the Bascik Metro Premiership Final on Super Sunday between two very proud traditional clubs, Hosquill Boys, Marist Albion, and boom, underway, Summerfield kicks us off for the second half here at Rugby Park. And a nice chase here from Hosquill Boys, but Marist Albion do enough to secure it. Just beyond their 22-metre line, here he goes again, Joe Taylor. Dangerous loose forward, of course, spent a bit of time in Nelson growing up and made his way down to Christchurch, where he has been strong on the club scene, and more from him, I'm sure, we'll see in future as Summerfield puts a big old punt up. Miyake has to take that in the sunshine, not easy. He throws a nice pass, nice crisp pass to Rico Simon, who puts boot to ball, and High School Old Boys look to return serve. Slight bit of force back going on here. Elliot Smith, Miyake, who looks to drill it into the corner, not to be on this occasion though. Summerfield looks to bring it back, and he puts it back to Miyake. Tell you what, we're getting dizzy here with all this force back going on. But a real game of territory the two sides are looking to play. Here's Gibson. Goes for the short up and under. Son lets it bounce, but takes it nicely. Where he's met in a tackle from Kirk and Brewis. And High School Old Boys go fighting for the ball here. Bit of a scrap going on at the ruck for the ball. Marist Albion come up trumps with it. Nice run there from Grace. Caleb Grace, here's Phillips. Miyake with the up and under. Bit of pressure on here. And it's not a problem for Summerfield, who beats one, beats two, beats three. Looks to pass it, and High School Boys have got the ball, and they've got a real chance here. Hearing away is George Cole, the left winger. Very impressive player. Joe Taylor makes the tackle. He gets back up. Miyake tackles him. Here's High School Boys around 10 metres out from the try line at Rugby Park. Wiley. Take Wiley with the ball now. High School Boys with possession. Brewis. Gibson. Villa. Villa met in the tackle. And here come High School Boys. Right out in front of the try line here. Here's Brewis. And a big penalty for Marist Albion, who were scrambling to defend their line there, doing everything they could. And some obstruction running there, Ricky. Penalty, Marist Albion. That's a big play for them. They're under the pump.
Yeah, they just got a little bit lost there in the attacking structure, and yeah, obviously Brewis just went in behind his two players to find a wee seam, but there was some pretty great rugby from High School Old Boys. It's a good way that you want to come back after half time. They found their way down there into the 22, and it would have just nice to see them just get into their work.
Very much so. Here we go, Gill with the line out now. And plenty of noise here from the High School Boys faithful. Yep, they can't hear a lot. Got a chat going on. And plenty of vocals down here from the crowd. But they still managed to win it. High School Old Boys trying to disrupt things, well, their supporters as much as they can to bring their team back into this game. Currently trailing 21 points to 11 here at Rugby Park, but they have the ball in hand. Gibson, Summerfield. Nice pass, there's Kirk. And they go out wide. And it is the right winger, Josh McMurray. Still no subs as far as I can see here, Ricky. Just as High School Old Boys continue on. Tate Wiley heading up towards the 22-metre line for the Polar Bears.
Yeah, I can't see any subs on my side here, Johnny, but now the High School Old Boys are really rolling up their sleeves now.
Cameron bubbles it, but he holds on to it. Here's Summerfield. Darting forward, bit of a half gap there. Unable to fully slice through the Marist Albion defence. Some big counter-rucking going on there from Via Matahu. Working hard for his Marist Albion side. They have been highly impressive today. Marist Albion so far, they have looked incredibly slick and they have made their tries count. Penalty though on this occasion to High School Old Boys. They have the work to do and a nice opportunity here, Ricky.
Yeah, just not rolling away there from Marist Albion, so just getting caught on the wrong side of the ruck. But I'd love to see high school boys just get set a little bit faster so that they can play a little bit more speed. Like I said at the first half, the power of Freddie is that speed of ruck. Let's get that ruck moving. The boys will be able to get into their work.
And they're well and truly treating it like a final, looking to go up in threes here, Ricky, with the, of course, the penalty. They're playing finals footy and they're showing Marist Albion a lot of respect here. But they want to come away with the points, of course, at the same time. And flag stay down.
Yeah, just pushed it a little bit wide, but there was an interesting exchange here between Grogan and Freddie, and it looked like Grogan was telling Freddie that he potentially needed more comms from him. That the forwards want him talking more and marshalling more.
Yeah, big chat to have, of course. Very important with them trailing here, 21 points to 11. They need to be making the early players. We see Via doing everything in his power to make things happen. Running hard, here's Patai. Summerfield chucks a wide ball. And a very, very good tackle from Isaac Hutchinson, stopping George Cole, who can be extremely dangerous. Some good defence there from Marist Albion, Ricky.
Yeah, that's great from Hutchie there. Just really sniffed out what was happening there. Good one-on-one spot tackle. But that's the type of speed that we want to see high school old boys play at. Look at what they managed to do. They got up there really good. And as I speak, here comes Josh Pitts.
Here comes the veteran from the country, and he is a fantastic footy player. A bit of a cult hero. He has been around. Of course, no jersey number 4 Pity today, but he is on. And a great game Riley Brewis has had today. He is the departing player, of course, coming off the field at Rugby Park. And Patai just being seen. At the moment, just waiting to see if he will make his way back to the line out. Luke Gill about to throw the ball in. Marist Albion with the line out. Plenty of vocal supporters down here in front of me. And you'd have it no other way. They're flocking in by the thousands, I would say, here at Rugby Park today. And why not? It's a Sunday. It's a day off for many. The sun is shining. Look at that for a cross kick, though. Coming straight back to it. Oh, and he's won it. This is a huge play. Rawlings. Oh, he's dropped the ball. He was in for all money there, Ricky. Rawlings going to sign on the left-hand side, not to be on this occasion.
Yeah, Symes isn't going to be too happy with himself for that, because that's just catching at full speed. But look how dangerous they are when they can get the ball into those channels. And we've talked about it all game. That's been a huge part of Marist Albion's game, is just getting the ball out into their Speacer's hands and let them go. All three of them have been playing fantastic today.
Tell you what, high school old boys will be letting out a sigh of relief. That's for sure. Yeah. They would have been in real trouble there, going down at 21-11.
Interesting defensive setup here. We've got a flat 4 here, so it'll be interesting to see what Hutchie reads up here on who he's going to jam in and press on.
Big penalty for high school old boys here, Ricky.
Yeah, that's real good.
They needed that. Need to march their way down the field as much as they can.
Well, it's just a battle now of like whose game plan's going to play out for the rest of the game, and so it's great to see that high school boys, they know what their strengths are. It's been off the back of their big, massive, strong forward pack this year. But not out. Oh. An uncharacteristic little mistake there from Steve Phillips, who's knocked it on.
He won't be happy with himself. He's a man who doesn't make a lot of errors, Ricky. And yeah, he'll be disappointed. Gives high school boys a chance from around 25 metres out.
Yeah, another scrum. This is Josh Pitts obviously back on. Fun fact about Josh is that he was training for a marathon earlier this season, so he puts all his marathon training down to down to his form this year.
Great stat there. There you have it. He's going to need every bit of it here too. They got some work to do from the scrum. Gibson about to put this in. Scores 21, playing 11. Marist Albion leading this one in what has been a refreshingly entertaining final in the dry sunshine. And here we go, straight through. Harrison Kirk over for the Polar Bears when they needed to strike. They did strike. Big play in this one here. Scores now 21 points to 16. Marist Albion leading High School Old Boys with the kick to come.
Yeah, there was just
doing some quick math. 21-16.
Yeah, that was a good wee back striker. You don't see too many of those opportunities go through untouched. And Harry Kirk just really got it. Must have been just perfect timing right behind his block runners, and he's straight through. And Marist Albion just didn't know who to pick up there and defensively.
Yeah, he just went racing through Kirk, untouched. And they needed something special, and it's come from a man who has played extremely well and showed some very special touches already, Ricky, throughout the game.
Yeah, he has. He's done it on both sides of the ball, really. He's been huge on his defensive setups, getting off the line, making his spot tackles, and then, like we've just seen there was 2 occasions that he's put his wingers or people into gaps in the first half, and now he's managed to get some chocolates for himself.
Yes, gets the chockies, and so does the converter. He gets it over George Cole, makes the conversion. So converted try now, 21 playing 18 here at Rugby Park. Once again, we have another tight one. It's sort of around this time when it comes to finals. It is a tight game. We expected it, and we're certainly getting it. So here we go, Old Boys with the ball now, Ricky. Suddenly 3 points in this one.
Yeah, game on, but for both teams. And here, what we're seeing, offside here from Marist Albion. So that's piggybacking their way back down the field. So they're not going to be happy with themselves, the boys from Marist Albion. Some
real swings of momentum, like many a game of rugby. Sides go through purple patches throughout periods of the game. And we've certainly seen some twists and turns. And now it looks like High School Old Boys, when they manage to hold on to the ball, like Marist Albion, they tend to punish.
Yeah, that's a good point you make. We talk about that a lot in the coach's box around moments of pressure, whether we're putting it on or we're leaving it. And by the looks of it now, High School Old Boys are definitely applying that pressure.
Just as they go up towards the halfway line, it is Cameron. Here's Summerfield. Summerfield looking to straighten some nice defence, though. Marist Albion, they are never out of a contest and out of a game. And, of course, they're leading this one at the moment. So they've certainly got the danger and firepower to strike. So Old Boys will want to look to get something going. Here's Percival with a nicely timed cross kick. Hearing after it, it was George Cool, and he can't quite get it. But the option was certainly on there, Ricky.
Yeah, it definitely was on, Donny. But I would have just loved High School Old Boys really keep it in their hands a little bit more, really just play off that good momentum that they've got going on.
Yeah, and they have. They're showing some great momentum. Now Marist Albion, though, have the ball. And momentum's been everything in this one, Ricky. You're touching on the word momentum.
It looks like Angus Grant's just come into the frame, so he'll be ready to go.
Yes, Grant on in 16 for High School Old Boys. So, departing player, Riley Brewis is off. Tate Wiley now off. Marist Albion doing a really good job from that line out. Looks like they may have won themselves a penalty. We're just waiting to see. Smith puts a stab kick in, and referee Haswell is going back for the penalty. Some nice play off the line out there when Marist Albion needed it, Ricky.
Yeah. I don't think Alex Grogan's going to be too happy with himself there. That was him coming in from the side, and Marist managed to get a good little searching wee maul up the park there just to kind of exit from. But again, now they've managed to piggyback. So again, we go back to those shifts of momentum. That's definitely one in favour of Marist Albion. As Shun Miyake manages to kick it
That's a big nudge.
Yeah.
Big nudge from Miyake. And they'll just want to patiently hold on to the ball. Of course, James Galland has come onto the field in number 17 for Marist Albion. And another change here coming off is Caleb Grace, who's had a great game, in number 18, Zach Helion, a very dangerous player. So a few forward changes for Marist Albion, and coming off as well, or has come off the field, is Braden Brown, the loose head prop. Just to update you on changes made so far, reserves coming into the game as they always do, making an impact, or looking at the very least to make an impact for their sides. And Miyake having to do a bit of tidying up there. The guy's been everywhere today. That's for sure. He's having a great game. And here's Finney, again running hard. Yeah, they've really impressed me. 9 and 10 for Marist Albion. Phillips and Miyake. Nice pass from Healy. Now Toma once again flying forward, getting his side over the game line. Smith weaves, carries strong. High School Boys look to attack the ruck. Marist Albion managed to win it back. Here's Phillips. Via Matahu is met in a big tackle from Pitt and Patai, but he manages to release the ball back. Here's Miyake. Some big defence coming up. We've seen some heavy defence from both sides today.
Yeah, there's just a little bit of space just outside that lead carrier for Marist. If they can get a tip guy there.
Oh, and that's gone to Percival, and that's been charged down as he looked to put boot to ball. Referee is saying play on. At this point in time, High School Boys have the ball, and Gibson pumps it up to the halfway line. Tough one to take. Rico Sawn takes it brilliantly in the sun and manages to offload the ball to Shun Miyake, who was met in a big tackle, and Old Boys look to race away, but the referee has called back for the scrum. It will be the High School Boys loose head and feet on the halfway line. Plenty going on here, Ricky.
There's a lot. What I'm loving from this Marist Albion side now is just how their desperation in getting behind the ball and supporting that man. Like you just saw there, Rico manages to get the ball, catches it. He's got pressure on him. He's able to get an offload to somebody, and then there's players there around that next supporting player so that they can get things set up.
As we see the scrum now. Just beyond the halfway line.
Yeah, eyes on Harry Kirk here. See who he's looking to pass it to.
Strong platform set from High School Boys. Gibson straight to Kirk as Ricky called. Summerfield. Ruck formed. Gibson moving it now. Stanley has met a nice tackle. Of course, if you're just joining us, 21 playing 18, great to have you guys on. Here comes Josh Pitt. Big engine on him, and forward he goes. Marist Albion looking to attack the ruck. They've done it so well so far today, being incredibly competitive. Look at Phillips again, the weak bantam rooster. Pitt just down, gets up fairly gingerly. Cameron met in a nice tackle. Marist Albion putting on some heavy defence. Percival. Here's Villa. He was linked well with Kirk so far today. Once again, some strong defence. High School Boys with the ball. A few players a bit slow. Summerfield offloads that. And here's Cameron. 30 metres out. High School Boys with the ball. Looking to get quick ball. Here's Gibson. Gibson to Cole. Cole met in a nice tackle. What a game Luke Gills had. The young hooker. He's so powerful. Once again, some powerful defence. But High School Boys still with the ball in the hand. Gibson. And going up the field nicely, heading towards the 22-metre line. They go to Josh Pitt, who's met in some strong defence. Looks like the referee's got his arm up here for a penalty. High School Boys got two guys on the deck currently, and they try a little kick through. Look at Kirk. He has fought tooth and nail with a full-length swan dive to gather that. Now we're going for the cross kick, and that is well and truly out. Referee heads back to the centre of the field. The interesting one here, scores 21-18. Penalty to High School Boys, Ricky.
Yeah, there's a lot of time. The time's in favour of High School Boys, so you're probably banging three here and then looking to get the ball and make your way back up. But I think we need to highlight Harry Kirk a little bit more because he is
phenomenal.
just everywhere. He's doing everything. He's really leading the way for the Polar Bears today. And you look at his jersey, it's grey at the moment. He's been in everything.
He's into everything, all right.
But there's another centre, Keenan from Marist Albion.
Jake Keenan.
Yeah, he's been
impressive.
fantastic on defence. He knows when to shoot. He knows when to hold. He got found out a little bit when Harry got his try, but he's been really good in the spot-up tackles, and he was the one that put kind of the full stop there on Cooley getting away down that edge here on the left-hand side.
I think both midfields have been highly impressive today. You look at your Kirks, of course, have been standout. Your Elliott Smiths and Keenan's on the other side. V has been good as well, carrying. And it's been a day for the backs. As we see Cool lining this one up and banking it. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Strap yourself in at Rugby Park. This game is a high velocity game of rugby union we are seeing. Entertainment is... it's just never ending at the moment. No never ending bounds on it. Club rugby is well and truly alive down here in the Garden City in Christchurch, Ricky.
It is, Donny, and Shin takes the kick, and they look like they're about to get the ball back.
And to touch, so Marist Albion get the ball back. That's a nice result for them, winning that. A really nice result for them. Of course, 21 playing 21. Will the supporters come into it now, looking to get their beloved teams over the line? And, of course, the reserves bench, I'm sure we'll see some more players slowly coming onto the ground. We've already had a fair few subs over the last 10 minutes. And here goes Smith, Elliott Smith running it hot. Marist Albion doing a good job keeping hold of the ball since High School Old Boys fired a shot with that penalty. And here come Marist Albion. Dangerous as ever. Phillips finds his man in 18, Zach Healy. Here's Comer again. Getting used to seeing him. Here we go. Via Matahu. And attacking the ruck is Gibson. Gibson and High School Old Boys attacking it, but Marist Albion have done enough. Working really hard at ruck time, getting numbers in to get a nice run. Strong from Finney. Phillips with a short ball to Galland. And here they go, Marist Albion camped out around 10 metres out. Working hard. This is where they've punished side. And this is where they've punished Old Boys on several occasions today. Very dangerous position, and the referee's got his arm up. It will be a Marist Albion penalty, of course. 21 points to 21. They go short, they go quick. Inches away from the try line here. Marist Albion. Phillips. Shifting it wide. Edging closer. Holding on to the ball here. Referee telling High School Boys to stay onside. Joe Taylor. Joe Taylor met in a big tackle. Harrison Kirk. Some nice defensive play. You've got to stop Taylor early. And here they go. Looking to plug the short side, Marist Albion.
Yeah, they set up really well, Marist Albion, on this edge. You look at Isaac Hutchinson here. He's almost on the 5 metre. He's got room to burn here.
And I'd say Hutchinson will be very vocal, screaming for the ball like he does. But at this point, it's Smith who gets about as close as you can get to the try line. Once again, Marist Albion working so strongly here. Scores 21-21. And Marist Albion here. Try! Over they go! And you can hear the supporters absolutely loving it. That is a big try there. We'll come back with confirmation on the tries of the try score. Of course, Trent Lorna has come onto the field. He's got tries aplenty. We'll come back with confirmation. Big play, Marist Albion, Ricky.
Yeah, that's huge, and that's great from the forwards of Marist Albion. They're just rolling the sleeves up. Stevie Phillips is doing his job, marshalling them around the corner. As we see Grubby O'Gorman jog out, I'm sure he's got some wily old comms and experience to share to the lads.
What a play from Marist Albion. Just had the ball down there for a few minutes. Once again, they just when they're close to the line, they score tries and they make them count.
Yeah, they look real good. That their cleans are looking fantastic. They're really shifting bodies there, and I think
successful conversion, Miyake. So 28, now playing 21 here. Marist Albion regaining the lead over High School Old Boys here at Rugby Park in the Bascik Metro Premiership Final. Ricky, Old Boys, they've got to strike back straight away.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they kick long here to try and force Marist Albion into exiting out, and then they've got a line-out platform, because their line-out's been working quite well after that, and then their backs can be unleashed.
Marist Albion putting that one out. They won't be in any hurry here. I mean, they won't stop looking for tries. They never do, but they'll be happy to take the lead here. Ricky, 28-21, and just looking to settle things down and not rush every single play.
Yeah, and look like they're going numbers. They look like they're going short man line out here, so their forwards are probably going to get, their loosies look like they're going to get into the play here.
Nice take from Angus Cameron. And High School Boys with the ball in hand, off the line out. And a nice dash there, man, who's come on, of course, is Tom Anderson in 21. Some heavy defence from Marist Albion, but High School Boys still got the ball. Josh Pitt doing a lot of work. Just to let you know, Lockie Finch has come on as well in the 20 jersey for High School Boys. So a few more subs have come on for the White and Blues. And here goes Angus Grant.
Just walking here, though, High School Boys. Now they have a little bit more urgency. They're just getting...
Summerfield. Yes, you were saying, Ricky, they just got to try and get some forward momentum here, which it looks like they have off that run. And they're holding on to the ball. They've got to get their man to ground here, which they managed to do. Marist Albion putting plenty of pressure on. And here we go, the outside centre, Sione Villa. Villa strong, and he is very nicely held up, but referee is saying it's High School Old Boys ball with his arm up, and he is coming back for a penalty. Of course, 3 points isn't going to quite cut the mustard here, but be interesting to see what they do, Ricky, here. 28 points to 21.
Yeah, I reckon if I'm a High School Old Boys, I don't want to start chasing the game now. I want to start going after it. So it looks like that JP's going to kick for the corner. And I'm guessing those old dogs like Grogan and Cameron are going to start calling the ball to themselves and start going to work and rolling their sleeves up.
And just to see, it is not out. Hutchinson's got it. And here comes Hutchinson. Gives it to Rico Storm. Great run there from the wing three-quarter and the fullback. Not going the way of High School Boys wanted to at all. And Miyake just pumps that back downfield. Suddenly, High School Boys finding themselves back inside their own 22 with plenty of work to do. And here's Summerfield, who puts this one up. It's a massive play, just the urgency of Syme and Hutchinson. Although the referee has given High School Boys a penalty and is marching them right upfield here, Ricky. Huge moment.
Yeah, offside by the looks of it. So, again, they're probably going to do the same thing. Going to go for the corner.
And continue to march upfield here. And just waiting to see here. Looks like a scrum is about to be picked, Ricky.
Yeah, so they've just got a little bit further. Obviously, they've called it back from where Shuns kicked the ball.
So interesting to see how Gibson's going to play this one out of the scrum.
Yeah, Marist Albion just shifted up their defensive line as well. So they've got Elliott and Keenan now at 1 and 2 defensively, and Shun's just pushed out into the centres.
And some pressure coming on from Marist Albion, but High School Boys have it kicked to Summerfield. High School Boys with the ball in hand. Some strong defence coming in. 28 playing 21 here at Rugby Park. What a final we've had. We didn't expect anything less. High School Old Boys still with the ball in hand, not making a lot of advantage here. Marist Albion looking to counter-ruck. But they have it. High School Old Boys, Summerfield. Cameron. Gibson, they go wide to Percival. High School Old Boys can't get around on the outside. So they're going to have to work it forward, continue to use their engine room here. Bull runners, the Grogans and the Camerons that have done plenty. Now Kirk, that beautiful wide ball we're getting so used to. Now the open side flanker. Patoa giving it to Cool. Referee has called a forward pass. Ricky, the option was on. Didn't quite go to plan for High School Old Boys. Massive moment for Marist Albion. Again, it's all about these moments. They will get the ball back here and look to play very intelligently with their 28-21 lead.
Yeah, that was really good from High School Old Boys. What I really liked about it was JP stepping up into first hands and he's just speeding that he's relieving a little bit of pressure from Sam so that he doesn't have to be kept being there all the time. And so JP's stepping up, moving that pressure so that Sam can then get set so that they play off the back of that. That's smart rugby and that's the experience of JP, right?
Very much so, very much so. And he's been there so many times and played in so many big games, and they're going to need that every little ounce of experience here, as of course Marist Albion. Bit of time still on the clock here. Around 10 minutes to go. 28 playing 21. Marist Albion with the ball from the scrum. Elliot Smith kicks it. Marist Albion backs hurling after it, but it is High School Old Boys Jared Percival who comes up with it and gets a little short ball away. And Gibson puts a stab kick through, looking to put a bit of pressure on the Marist Albion back three, but it could work in complete opposite because we know how dangerous they are. And look at that run already from Hutchinson. Past halfway line, they really punish you, these back three. Miyake going for the wide ball, a huge open space here. Here's Joe Taylor running it sharp, running it hard for Marist Albion, looks to get the pass away, can't get it away on this occasion, and it's Adam Scott in the 22 jumper who manages to get there for High School Old Boys, scampers back, and they've come up with the ball here. That was a huge run from Joe Taylor. It looked like it was on for all money. Couple of occasions where it just hasn't quite gone to plan for Marist Albion, but they still find themselves playing great rugby and leading this game and into touch. And I'll tell you what, they'll want to be camped down here in this half. They'll be very happy playing the game down here. Ricky.
Yeah, High School Old Boys won't be happy with that kick, but they won't be happy with the way that they just got skinned there so quickly. So Hutchie with his searching run, but then Joe Taylor busting through, it would have been nice to see him get given it earlier.
Here's Phillips. Miyake. Trent Lawn. And work, and High School Old Boys putting a bit of pressure on here, and they win a penalty.
Yeah, that's Stanley coming off the line, and this is what Marist has been doing to High School Old Boys all day. They've got one or two shooters, they'll come out, they put pressure on their attack, and they just can't get anything going, and that's what happened with Stanley. Real easy to start flooding the rucks when you're going forward.
Yeah, we've seen both teams do it as well, and do it well, and Old Boys doing it at a good time of the game. And they put it out. Around 40 metres out here for High School Old Boys.
Yeah, that's good. Alex Grogan's going tempo line out here. Alex is looking for the space. I wouldn't be surprised if he's called himself here.
And here we go, just looking to set things up here. Angus Grant. And a change, Tom Stanley, who's had a great game. The experienced Tom Stanley coming off the field, of course, former Hawke's Bay rugby player and 19, Damon Brough. He's come on, and onwards we go. And just a bit of a breakdown here, as we can see, referee Haswell just talking to his AR. Pretty hard to hear anything out there. We can see Grogan, as Ricky alluded to before, calling all the shots. Marist Albion, we've seen such stout defence, and they'll want to be organised here. Gibbs gone to Gibson. Cool. Here he goes in 20, Lockie Finch.
He's had some real good impact since he's been on Lockie Finch.
He has, as is this man in 17 who has come on. Had a couple of runs now, Luke Timms, and a penalty, and Old Boys go quick. Look at them go straight away. Gibson getting his team on the front foot. High School Old Boys putting plenty of pressure on here, and here we go, Luke Timms working hard, and the ball looks like it's just spilt out the side here, but High School Old Boys have got it back. Referee saying it's gone back. Josh Pitt working, and now the referee has called it up.
Yeah, just a little bit untidy there. I think there was...
into his own man ball looks in scrum, Marist Albion.
Yeah, ball looked like it got caught in the foot, in the base of that ruck there. So, yeah, I think if I'm High School Old Boys, if I'm that full pack, if I'm Grogs in the back behind them, I'll be telling their front row, we're going for hell and leather here, lads.
I'll tell you what, the Marist Albion fans down there are doing everything to keep their team in this fight and in the lead here.
Yeah, how great is
well
that?
And truly in the fight, but yeah, it is good to see, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's good to see the local support.
Well, how beautiful is it here at Rugby Park today, Johnny? We're in the centre of the Garden City. We're at Rugby Park on a Sunday, and the embankment and the stands are just chocker. There was 40-odd thousand at watching the All Blacks last night.
And some, make that around 85.
Yeah.
Not quite 85,000 people here today, but there are plenty here and just enjoying what has been a great final, and great that we can do it on a Super Sunday to be able to get everybody that has rugby commitments on the Saturday down here. As we see, this really important for Marist Albion. They needed the ball. Old Boys were putting a bit of pressure on, and they have it now. Phillips to Miyake, and Miyake going with a huge up and under, which is taken by George Cool. Impressive player he is, and he met in a nice tackle. Of course, Nick Price has come onto the field, just to let you know, in 21 for Marist Albion, in case you hadn't seen him as of yet. Gibson now, High School Old Boys with the ball. Pitt carrying hard and straight. Cameron. Pitt playing a halfback. Summerfield. Here's Kirk. We know how good they are. High School Old Boys looking to come down the right flank. And taken into touch, big defensive play there from Marist Albion, shutting that one off early. Line out on the 22, Marist Albion ball, Ricky.
And it's again Kurt just kind of using his hips, getting out of tackles, getting through the lines. And we were just talking about earlier, the Canterbury Bees coaches are here. Marty and his NPC coaches are here watching. At the end of this game, the representative squads are going to be selected for Canterbury Bees and Tane Norton. As
we see, we come back to the play here. There's a real fight going on in that line out for the ball. Both teams scrapping hard for it. 28 playing 21, you're right. The selectors will be loving this. Of course, guys, that will be putting their hand up. But for now, we will stay on this final. Around 5 minutes to go. So far, some staunch defence from Marist Albion. Now they start going forward, though, High School Old Boys using a few of their big reserves that have come on. And they have the ball. Pitt. Josh Pitt. 15 metres out here, High School Old Boys. Patai. And big play, penalty, defensive penalty, Marist Albion. Once again, we've seen a couple of these, Ricky, some great defence.
Yeah, and I think that's been
pressure.
It has been pressure, and every time Marist, and all for the last couple of years now, as soon as teams get into their 22, Marist Albion just really can do wonders on getting turnovers. You generally see Joe Taylor kind of 5 out, winning a turnover for them, and there's no difference here today.
Here we go, Trent Lawn. Yeah, there hasn't been has there, and they are big game players. Like they have been to 4 finals. They've won 1, and they'll be wanting to make it 2 from 4 with the class team and coaches they have. Bit of a dynasty they've had going on at Marist Albion as High School Old Boys go over and win the ball. But it is a penalty to Marist Albion there, Ricky, and another chance for them to march downfield.
Yeah, there was a little bit of gymnastics there from Cameron, who ended up getting flipped over. Marist tried a little trick play of a no jump, so there was pretty smart, and you've got an experienced hooker like Trent Lawn, who's got all his Heartland experience. He's played for Waitaha. He knows what to do in these situations.
And a chance for Marist Albion to really go hot on attack here and start slowly wearing the clock down, but they won't stop attacking. They won't be resting on their laurels. leading this one 28-21 as we see Trent Lawn about to throw this in. And all coming from that defensive penalty from the great defence and experience down the other end of the ground. Find themselves now on the 22-metre line. It's a very nice line out work. We've got Trent Lawn at the back, and here comes the big rumbling drive from Marist Albion. Now the pressure's on here. High School Old Boys, they won't want to let in any more points. Of course, chasing this game. Elliot Smith straight and hard. Brilliant running. Phillips.
I wouldn't be surprised if they come back to this longer edge here, Donny.
And you've picked it like a dirty nose. It looks like they are, somewhat. And waiting to see here, Phillips. And some strong defence from High School Old Boys, but Marist Albion retain the ball and managed to hold on, and they have a penalty almost straight out in front of the sticks here. A big play. This will take them out within a converted try, Ricky, with just a few minutes remaining in this final.
Yeah, and straight away Shin's just pointing at the sticks and says we're going for 3. So
surprise, surprise.
Yeah, he's been fantastic. He was part of he's been in and around, obviously straight out of Christ College with his first 15 years. He's come into 19s. He's played Canterbury V's. He's a sharp operator. I've been really impressed with him this season. His skill set's just gone through the roof, and I think he's been spending a little bit of time when he went back home over to Japan and with some of those top 14 teams, just getting a little clean up there.
Yes, a very impressive player indeed, Shun Miyake, and I won't put the knockers on him here. We'll wait for this one. The spirit fingers coming out from the Marist Albion faithful here on the bank, and it is no worry, don't worry about it. Scores here 31, now playing 21, just minutes remaining. Old Boys with all the work to do, but just really smart footy from Marist Albion, Ricky.
Yeah, and High School Old Boys are pushing the tempo, they're running up, they're trying to get the ball to the middle. There's no ball, George's turned time off, so I'm imagining, again, they're going to go deep to try and force Marist to kick it out.
It's just, yeah, we see it time and time again. The finals is won by smart rugby. This one not won yet, but we're seeing some very clever rugby from Marist Albion. They're unable to hold on to the ball here, so High School Old Boys, they need to strike real fast. Gibson, Cameron. Angus Cameron now. Gibson. Kirk looking to straighten, does straighten, half gap. Big second 5. Here we go, here's Gibson again. Mightily impressive, both halfbacks today. And High School Old Boys still with the ball here. Marist Albion really attacking everything though. And they head up towards the 22-metre line, goes Luke Timms. High School Old Boys with the ball, Summerfield moving it out. Now to the left-hand side of the field, here goes Harrison Kirk, who looks to link with this man, George Cool. George Cool coming back in now. Heads in the left winger. 15 metres out here. High School Old Boys charging onto this is Alex Grogan, the captain. Grogan taken in the tackle. Summerfield. Timms. Gets it back to Summerfield. Some beautiful enterprising rugby here from High School Old Boys. And a penalty here. They want to get on with this, High School Old Boys. With time almost up on the clock. And a bit of cramp for one of the Marist Albion players. And looking to get things moving here straight away. And they go for the cross kick with no time to lose. And they've got it, High School Old Boys, and they are in for the try. It could be too little too late, but a very nice try. Just waiting to see what George Haswell is doing here, Ricky.
Yeah, it looks like the touch is going.
I believe it's Tom Anderson who's scored.
And that's smart from Freddie and
beautiful cross kick, wasn't it?
And Percy there to just look at that as being an actual option. Marist kind of just thinking that they're either going to go for a quick tap or go for a line out, but
just having a look here, just waiting to see. It looks like time is up on the clock. Of course, 31 points to 26 with the kick to come. And look at the supporters down here. And Unsuccessful, hits the post, and you have your 2023 champions. Marist Albion have won it. A brilliant final, pulsating final, and a great result for Marist Albion, who win this final in 2023. They've gone 2 final wins, they've been in 4 finals, a fantastic rugby side, and Ricky, a brilliant result for them, well-deserved winners today.
Yeah, and you feel for high school old boys, they've had a fantastic season. They've managed to find their way from, what was it, 3-4 years ago, they were here, Shea Fihaki kicking it up against Lincoln University from halfway to help them along the way. But yeah, it was fantastic. Mouse stuck to their DNA, what managed to get them there, and they've done a fantastic job today. And I'm sure they're going to be enjoying what the beers taste like outside of that cup.
Absolutely, Ricky, you've done a fantastic job on comments today, keeping me very entertained and keeping us also very, very much informed. And yes, a very special win for Blair, Kennedy and Robinson, who deserve this from their team. They have worked extremely hard all year. Congrats to Marist Albion. Condolences to a very strong, very powerful high school old boys side that never gave up today, Ricky.
Yeah, 100%. It's been a pleasure, Donny. Loved every minute up here in the box with you, and what a game to call as well. Two really proud clubs, mate.
Yes, indeed. So that one, we have our 2023 champions, Marist Albion, who have taken this one, of course, over high school old boys. A great result for them. Highly exciting final. I hope you have enjoyed. Thank you so much, of course, today, viewers that have tuned into this one and watch the live stream. We greatly appreciate it. I'm Donny Bell bringing you this one. It has been another special final. Privilege to be here at Rugby Park for this. And that is it for 2023 year with the Bascik Transport Metro Premiership Final. I hope you'll have a lovely rest of your Sunday afternoon. And that's us signing out.